Timothy Wils, a man shot someone during what police are calling a fake robbery. They say it was all for a YouTube video. February 5th, 2021, 20-year-old Timothy was shot dead as he attempted a robbery prank on a group of men in Nashville, Tennessee. Prank videos have become a niche for content creators to attract followers from all over the globe, and judging from the number of internet sensations who still film and post these types of videos, it's safe to say the move actually works. Unfortunately, the internet has become saturated with obnoxious pranks. However, instead of searching for other ways to go viral, content creators have opted to dial up the stunts, making them more outrageous and dangerous, even for themselves. To be fair, sometimes it works, other times it ends in disaster. Regrettably for Timothy Wils, his shot at fame through a dangerous and not thought-through prank ended with his death. On the night of the incident, Timothy and his friend armed themselves with butcher knives to film prank robbery videos. They planned to record people's reactions to being held at knifepoint. They chose the urban air trampoline and adventure park parking lot as the scene for their fake crime. Once there, they spotted a group of men to kickstart the prank with. With their knives, they approached the group in the parking lot. One of the guys here is 23-year-old David Stars Jr., who had a gun on him. Stars, who completely had no idea he was in a fake robbery prank video, felt threatened and retaliated by fatally shooting Timothy, killing him on the spot and also enabling his friend to escape unharmed. By the time Tim's camera crew approached David and informed him that this was a prank, he stayed behind while his group fled in anticipation of the cops pulling up. A few minutes later they did, meeting Stars with the murder weapon and Timothy Wils being attended by emergency services. When interrogated by cops, Stars told them the obvious truth, which was he acted in self-defense. He had no idea he was in a prank. I mean, how was he supposed to know? According to a lawyer speaking on his behalf, he said, "I'm sure the people involved would like to characterize this as a prank, but it certainly seems to be a prank that went seriously awry." That alone was enough to dispute any potential charges that could have been filed against Stars, especially when looking into the fact that there have been numerous botched YouTube pranks similar to this in the past. One of the many examples was 2017 YouTuber Mona Lisa Perez, who fatally shot her boyfriend Pedro Ruiz in a failed stunt for YouTube. You see, the two believed that a thick book Pedro was holding would stop a fired bullet at close range. The pair had tested that theory and it worked. However, during the actual filming, Perez stood further away and Pedro held a sturdier book. She fired that fatal shot about a foot away from Ruiz. That bullet tore right through the book, penetrating his chest, killing him. Mona Lisa, then pregnant with the couple's second child, pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 180 days in jail and 10 years of probation. In 2020, a similar case occurred when a group of teens decided to play a prank on one of their moms. 3 of the young men wore ski masks, simulating a robbery by holding an airsoft gun against the woman's head. The woman's son, who was part of the prank, pained fighting off the robbers while recording the scenario. However, what they didn't see coming was the 40-year-old woman managing to escape and run for her dear life. That prompted her son to contact the authorities, telling 911 that "I just pulled a fake robbery on my mom and she ran." I think she called the police. She's nowhere to be found, and as you might have expected, the woman's son, along with his 2 friends, all face charges. We could just keep on going with these botched YouTube prank videos that they try to get famous off of, but just like in the case of Timothy Wils, it almost certainly ends with someone dying. And as far as investigations have gone, David Stars Jr. hasn't been charged with any crime. On the contrary, Tim's friend was expected to face charges for that prank. Yet at the time of this video, he hasn't been identified or charged for any crime. Nevertheless, days after the fatal shooting, Timothy's grandmother Shirley Berry said she had no idea Timothy had launched a YouTube career. It all kind of seemed like a mystery, but what had already happened, and there was no taking it back. She just hopes that people learn from this tragedy and become more aware of the potential pitfalls of trying to earn social media money. If your children are doing anything like this, please let this be a note to really check on what they're doing. There needs to be awareness now that this is very dangerous.